Hello, everyone. I am Lee Hill, your hair coach, coming to you today talking about finding your signature hairstyle. We're going to talk about the past and some of the things that we're doing that's wrong to get that signature cut, and then also the steps and what you need to do to get your signature haircut. All right. Now, don't forget, I'm going to add the link below, dearhairloss.com. I do have, for those of you that are experiencing hair loss issues, or maybe you want to continue to grow your hair, but take it to the next level, have it grow more, whatnot, definitely click that link. I have a free video that's going to take you to a program that I have that your hair coach, will coach you into growing your hair back, restoring your hair. And if you guys paid it, look, on Sunday, I did a live video with a trichologist that just solidified some of the videos that I've been putting up. And also, she also was explaining that a lot of us think that we have permanent hair loss and we don't. So that program that I have implemented for you guys, it's called Shed No More. And you're going to click the link, dearhairloss.com. That's going to help you to restore your hair and understand some of the reasons why you were losing your hair. All right. And then you can help others as well. So if you like it, don't check out that video. That was a very informative video. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm also going to add the link because a lot of you guys don't live in South Florida. I'm going to add the link that, for you to look for a dermatologist or it doesn't have trichologist, but a dermatologist in your area. Okay. All right. So let's talk about finding your signature hairstyle. Right. And so I was thinking back on when the lace fronts first start coming in. Not lace fronts. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm thinking back in my days. I came up with the salt and pepper days, the Anita Baker, Halle Berry haircuts, right? And I remember when salt and pepper came out, of course I experimented. I had long hair. So I did the mushroom look where you cut the sides and have the stacks. Your stacks got to be on point, right? And then you had the feather going back, right? You had the layer. It's like a uniform cut, but it had it going back, and then you had it long in the back. And a lot of girls, they had super long hair. So when you had that particular cut, honey, you look good. But one of the things I noticed was that it was an identity issue there at that time. And of course, we in junior high at this time. Then the Anita Baker haircut came out first. And when Anita Baker cut her hair, a lot of girls was cutting their hair, and it didn't fit everybody. I was like, number one, it looked too grown because we was in junior high. I'm like, that's a grown woman haircut, right? But it just didn't look right. And then when I got towards 9th grade, that's when salt and pepper, the haircut, came into effect. Now I'm thinking about it. And then as time went on, we had the Toni Braxton, which I think it was Toni Braxton or Halle Berry. Both of them came out. And I remember either one of them was saying that they were trying to get their haircut like Anita Baker. I want to say it's Toni Braxton. She was trying to get a haircut like Anita Baker. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the cut came out so good. It was just Toni had made her own cut. And that's why we have those very low cuts with that C curl iron to give you just that nice little neat look, and it's laid down really nice, right? So we had those different things. And one of the things I noticed, even at a young age, I always never really wanted to look like everybody else. So even when I would say, okay, this is the new trend, this is what they're doing, I was trying to figure out a way that I can look like me. That you could say, oh, that's Lee right there. That's Lethra right there. My real name's Lethra, right? So you can look at that and be like, oh, okay, she rocking it, but hers look like, so you wanted to always stand out, right? And a lot of times I noticed then, I was like, dang, we all kind of look alike, like this come out, everybody doing that, I remember a time even when we were ponytails, we used to put our blow pops in our hair, the different kinds, candy apple, all these different things, because we were trying to fit in with the crowd and things like that. But I still, in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm doing this because everybody else doing this, right? Like most of us do. But I want my own look, right? So now I'm getting, by the time senior prom came for me, I ended up with the Halle Berry cut, which I looked better with short hair than I had long. So I was actually finding my identity, and it was a prom, and I was like, cut it, and my mom done went crazy. That's a whole nother story, honey. They was like, is she a lesbian? And I'm like, no, I just was looking for me. So when I got that Halle Berry cut, my first love was like, that your shortcut fits you. And then when I got out to college and stuff like that, people were like, that's your look. You know what I mean? And I was so small and tiny. I was like 74 pounds when I graduated. So I was really little. So I had to find my identity. So I always loved short haircuts after that, right? But I loved it because I was validated through people. But in all, I was like, I kind of felt like I was living another person, even though I liked the haircut, but it was more because everybody else liked it. It wasn't necessarily that I felt comfortable in it or whatnot, right? All right. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea of realizing what we're doing. Then let's fast forward to 2010, 2012, right around there, lace fronts came in. Now, I was already at that time working at Hair Club for Men, and I was working in the women's division doing hair replacement there, systems. So I understood what lace fronts, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's in the hands of the wrong people. And so now we had people opening up businesses everywhere, and they were doing lace fronts. And it was great because a lot of us, we were doing sew-ins, and, a lot of us was like, I don't want to do the braiding, and I can only get this one look. But if I get the lace front, I can do different looks, all this stuff, right? But in actual reality, a lot of times we had natural hairstylists that opened up these salons, and they were like, okay, I'm selling lace fronts, and if you want an installation, is $200. The wig is $300. You want the lace front wig, and it was just one size fits all. And I promise you, I remember I was working in this salon, this place where this lady created. She was from DC, and she had people coming out the lines. Women were using their welfare checks. They was doing everything to get a lace front, right? Or especially income tax time. And I didn't end up working for her. I think I was there for a week. I didn't like the process. She wanted me to teach her how to do the lace fronts and what kind of adhesives to use and different things like that. And what they were doing before that, the way they were putting it on, they were using some glue that was not to protect your skin. You have to use like a FDA hospital like skin type glue, right? She wasn't using it. And everybody was in there for droves. But the one thing I hated, that's why I didn't work there. There was no creativity. Everybody looked the same. Everybody had the long curly hair. And it was like, oh, it's Brazilian hair. I was like, no, it's not Brazilian hair. It was different fibers. That's a whole nother topic. But everybody looked the same. They didn't want to cut it. Don't cut it. They didn't want to cut it. They wanted to leave it alone. They just sprayed some stuff on it, brushed it down once they installed it, and they could install it in like 30-minute increments, if that, 20-minute increments, right? So they was just making money. They was making $600 a head. And I'm saying, think about at least 100 people coming in there. So that was when hair lace fronts kind of like came out, and it got into the wrong hands of people. And here we are today. We got different kinds of lace fronts and different things like that. We do have professionals that know how to do it, but I'm just telling you my experience of what happened, right? So I say all of this to say that. So if you're thinking about, I want to look like me, because right now they got the finger waves going. Finger waves don't look good on everybody. They have the pixie cut going. Pixie cut don't look good on everybody, right? They have lace fronts, long hair. Long hair don't look good on everybody. You don't realize it, but you have to find your niche. So one of the things you want to do is you want to find that cosmetologist or that somebody licensed that can give you a bunch of different ideas and say, this is your face shape. This is this. How about this? Or maybe you do your research. You go online. Maybe you have a celebrity that favors you, that you look like her. And you're like, you know what? When I had my short cut, everybody was like, you look like some more. I had a mohawk. But what made my mohawk stand out, and that I loved my mohawk. My mohawk, I had purple pieces in there. It was blue-black hair. My hair, I cut it down. I had a feather going back, and I had it flipped in the back part, but this going back feather. And it had spike look. It was really, really nice cut. And I had that cut for a long time. I would have women come in there in their 60s. At the time, I was like in my 30s, early 30s. And women in their 60s wanted a haircut. I'm like, that don't look good on you. I'm not doing that. And then my friend at the time, she would do it. She was like, and we would laugh. People would laugh when they leave because I'm like, that doesn't fit them. Don't be that person. Get the correct consultation or do your research. You can go on Pinterest. There's so many places you can go on and look and say, oh my gosh, that's me, right? And then you want to go to a professional, someone licensed, someone educated that knows how to do a cut. And that's the other reason I wanted to pinpoint too. When the lace fronts came out, a lot of our black salons, they were able to install, but they really didn't understand haircut. They didn't know how to cut. I'm like, why don't she layer that cut? Why don't she, it was so many different things that, we should have done, but we didn't do it because we didn't have the education. A lot of black salons don't have, and it's not no shade, but this is the reality. We don't have a lot of education on real haircutting techniques. You got your uniform cut. You got your layers. You have your solids, right? So you have these different forms of cutting that a lot of salons and a lot of our hairstylists don't have. Maybe they've been in the game for a long time and they just never learned it. They're not doing continuing education. So you want to find someone that is skilled in that area. And then they want to say to you, you know what? Now that's a fire haircut, but you will look good with this color on your skin. Do it big. You know what I mean? But that is the way that you find your signature haircut and rock it. Rock that cut. Even if you want to change it up with a different color, or you want to make it lower, or you make it long, or you got your weave in, make sure whatever that is that you pick it and it's you. When people come in the room, they're like, girl, that's you. You don't want to look like everybody else in the room. And that's what we got to change. Be comfortable in your own skin. Love who you are and your natural beauty, right? And then all those other things will come along and people will treat you differently because they can tell she invests in herself. She loves herself. Therefore, she can love others, But when we don't invest in ourselves and take the time out to look like ourselves and we want to look like everybody because this is the new trend going on, we lose in the end because you're not really enjoying your life, your hair, because your hair makes a statement. Your haircut tells us who you are, right? So we're going to talk about that in other videos. I hope this video helped you. Guys, don't forget to watch that video, Black Women and Hair Regrowth. It's really, really important that you watch it. It's a lot of information in there. Don't forget to click the link on dearhairloss.com. Watch that free video and go ahead and sign up for that program that's going to be coming out next month, all right? I'll see you guys soon. See you next video. Bye.